that. Are we good? Thank you. Away for Wodney Wat. Poor Wodney Wat. His real name was Ronnie Rat, but he could not pronounce his R's. To make matter worse, he was a rodent. A rodent.
What's your name, Wodney? Asked the other rodents, Wodney whispered.
Wodney Wat.
What's another name for a bunny? They asked numbly. He mumbled.
Rabbit.
And how does a train travel? They winked at each other, knowing his reply.
A train travels on train tracks.
All of this teasing, day in, day out, made Wodney the shyest rodent in his elementary school.
His speak could barely be heard amongst the class. He gnawed lunch alone, while the other rodents scurried and scooted about at recess, Rodney hid in his jacket.
Then one day, as the rodents were taking turns doing wills, a new rodent, a very large rodent, broke into the classroom and announced,
My name is Camila Capybara. I'm bigger than any of you, I'm meaner than any of you, and I'm smarter than any of you.
Then she added,
So there.
With that, she accidentally proposed, elbow in the ear, bump into noses, stepping through tails, and lied down on his desk. Fur prickled in fear through the classroom. She sure was bigger than any of them. She sure looked meaner than any of them. But was she smarter than any of them?
What's 2 plus 2?
Miss Fuzzleworth asked,
4.
shouted Camilla Capybara without even bothering to raise her paw.
And furthermore, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, and 243 plus 125 equals 368.
Later, when Miss Fuzzleworth asked,
What's the capital of?
Camilla interrupted,
New York, Albany. Population, 295,594.
And during the science class, in the answer of the question, what's a part of the plant that is under the ground? Camilla Capybara danced on her desk and sang.
Root, root, rooty, toot, toot.
Yup, she's smarter than we are too, thought the other rodents. They felt very, very uncomfortable. Every afternoon, just before the final recess, Miss Fuzzleworth drew a name from her hat to see who would be the leader of their favorite game, Simon Says. She scrunched her eyes closed and jiggled the hat. Would it be Hairy Hamster?
Many feet mouse, Grizzlefin's guinea pig, could it mean smart Camilla Capybara? Miss Fuzzleworth's paw reached in and pulled out a name. Wodney Wat.
The bell rang. There was a royal courtesy of the door, and Camilla Capybara was the first one of the playgrounds, having Tremble and others on her path. To Wodney, she looked especially scary. What would she do when she heard him speak? Breathe Capybara breathe on his face? Or tie him up with his own tail? Or even pounce on him? The tiny, trembling leader of the gang stood before the eager players, his head well inside his jacket, and squeaked.
Wodney says read the sign.
While the other rodents read the sign, PS 142 Elementary School for Rodents, Camilla began pulling up weeds around the sign, wildly throwing them until she was cleaned up to her teeth in dirt. The other rodents began to smile.
Wodney says wrap your paws around your head.
They picked a little pig out of his jacket and whap, whap, whappity slappity whap. Camilla was wrapping her paws around her head and hard she became dizzy, gave herself a catch and had to sit down. The other rodents couldn't help giggling.
Wodney says play ring around the rosy.
Camilla put her arms out like wings and made an airplane noise.
Yeah.
But where was a Wozy? What was a Wozy?
But now Wodney's voice was stronger and his head was entirely out of his jacket.
Go west. Wake the leaves.
No one moved.
Wodney says wake the leaves.
Well, Harry, Minniefiz, and Grizzlefiz and the others busied themselves. Camilla grabbed one leaf.
Wake up!
She yelled. She snatched another and another.
Come on, you! Up, up, up! Rise and shine! Boo!
By now, all the other rodents were squeaking in louder, all but Camilla, who frowned.
Stupid leaves, they won't wake up.
And why was everyone laughing at her? Such bullies. In a voice so strong he had to hold his own ears, Wodney yelled.
Wodney says go west.
The rodents collapsed in a happy heap for rest. Go west.
Camila Cabral felt very smart that she could tell directions by the sunset.
All right, I shall go west. So there.
West was gone forever. She was gone.
And from that day on, the pupils of PS 142 Elementary School for Rodents never tested Wodney again. He was their hero.
Hooray for Wodney Wat!
They cried.
Woot 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 toot toot.